Thousands of Central American migrants are vowing to continue their march to the U.S. border, even though President Trump wants to turn them away. Over the weekend, the migrants forced their way into southern Mexico, surging past police barricades and crossing a river on makeshift rafts. Mexican authorities say more than 5,000 people, including women and children, are in the caravan. Most of them say they're fleeing poverty and violence in Honduras.
It's a hot-button topic for the president ahead of the midterm elections. He told a weekend rally what he has in mind for the caravan.
I will seal off the border before they come into this country, and I'll bring out our military, not our reserves. I'll bring out our military.
Adriana Diaz is following the migrant caravan. She's in the southern Mexican town of Tapachula. Adriana, good morning.
Good morning. I'm going to speak in a low voice because, as you can see, there are people sleeping everywhere on the ground here in the main square. They're part of a caravan organized by local advocacy groups in Honduras. Caravans happen about once a year, leading people north in a large group for their safety because it is so dangerous to go alone or with smugglers. We saw people walking in 100-degree heat. They were sweating, they were exhausted, but they're determined to reach the U.S. border, roughly 1,500 miles away.
On Sunday, the caravan lurched forward, carrying babies, suitcases, and hope. In this rushing river of migrants, it was hard for families to stay together.
¿Quiénes son estas niñas? Who are these girls?
We came across two sisters separated from their parents.
She said she was traveling with her mother and her father. Now she's not with them. She says her sister was taking care of her.
This woman, watching over the sisters, told us they were put on a truck by their mother, who then disappeared into the crowd.
She says she has two kids also. She's not leaving them.
We found Karen Lanza looking for her son after he'd fallen behind. He eventually caught up, exhausted. They'd been walking for 10 days. To get here, most migrants crossed this river between Guatemala and Mexico. Some entered legally through this bottlenecked bridge. Others, out of desperation, jumped, preferring to swim across the border instead. We saw federal police on standby, but they didn't stop illegal crossings.
The migrants have finally reached the city of Tapachula, and it is now starting to rain. You can see everyone trying to scramble for cover.
Children tried to make the best of the wet chaos. Esnaider Davila sought shelter under a tarp. He's 16, alone, and has never been to school.
Why did you leave?
Por violencia, por falta de dinero.
He said because of violence, because there's no money. He just wants to have an education.
Amid the crying babies and hastily made meals, we reconnected with Karen and her exhausted children. She told us she was thinking about turning back.
She says her kids have had to deal with being hungry, but they've never had to deal with being cold, having to sleep on the floor.
The migrants' next stop will be about 25 miles north to the city of Huixtla. Every single person we've spoken to tells us they are undeterred by the president's vow to keep them from entering the U.S. As for those two lost sisters we told you about, we have learned that they've been reunited with their mother. She apparently loaded them onto a truck that drove away before she could get on. Norah?
Wow, Adriana, I've been following your reporting on Instagram, all your videos. Great reporting out there with your team. Thank you so much.